All right, Emily, what are you looking at?
Well, Twitter is stacked disproportionately with journalists and academics, so it's really no surprise the site was breathlessly lit up by reports that some politically correct revisions were made to Roald Dahl's beloved children's books recently. PEN America and Salman Rushdie have both come out and denounced the decision as censorship. The whole dust-up really harkens back to the controversy over Random House's decision to stop publishing several Dr. Seuss books back in 2021. Now, it's a shame we get caught up in these skirmishes every other week. We do have more important things going on. But that also doesn't mean we can just sort of duck out and let bad ideas win. We don't have to panic, and we also don't have to shrug. There's a reason in this case that corporate elites want to change history. In this case, like most others, they want to make money. The Roald Dahl Story Company protects Dahl's IP. They were recently sold to Netflix for millions of dollars. Just a coincidence, of course. Puffin, the publisher of Dahl's books, hired sensitivity readers to begin a revision process before that acquisition, according to the company. Presumably, smoothing out Dahl's very rough edges makes it possible for Puffin to sell many, many more books in a world where some customers, including regular people, but also including big curators of curricula, are either extra sensitive or want to avoid controversy altogether. These actors are simply making their products more valuable for themselves and even Netflix. That value, the argument goes, merely comes in response to greater demand for better values. It's the free market at work. If people are injured by the censored realities of history reflected in Dahl's books, and I actually believe that they might be at this point, that is a problem. Look at what, for instance, Puffin's sensitivity readers changed. They scrubbed the word crazy and added lines about tolerance for people who wear wigs. They took out the word fat. They took out a reference to dieting. They eliminated a reference to women as cashiers and typists, replacing it with a reference to women as top scientists and business leaders. They swapped a reference to Joseph Conrad for a reference to Jane Austen. It's creepy because the books really no longer seem at all like documents of their time. Interestingly enough, Dahl himself actually changed the Oompa Loompa characters in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory from a wildly racist depiction of slaves after the book was published. Quote, "It didn't occur to me that my depiction of the Oompa Loompas was racist," Dahl said back in 1973, but it did occur to the NAACP and others, which is why I revised the book. Now, maybe, like Puffin today, the man wanted to sell more books. He did say he was, quote, "mildly ashamed by the original depiction." Either way, it's actually a really useful insight into the mind of a popular artist who explored class so successfully. Dahl's life story is very interesting. He invoked the, quote, "last days of the British Empire" as he sought to explain the decision to originally depict the Oompa Loompas that way. It's not an excuse at all, but as an explanation, it helps us understand. That is, though, only because it's in his words, and we know it's in his words. These new revisions are being made under his name, but we have no idea whether he would have ever written them. Sure, in a perfect world, maybe Dahl would have written books about women like it was 2022. Maybe he would have been a little bit more body positive. But the changes to Dahl's books reflect something important about the broad issue of political correctness. Its champions now have no limiting principle. If a morally relative sense of psychological comfort becomes the goal of art and literature, we will eventually be left with nothing but that with which our elites are comfortable. And we will have been conditioned to be hurt by everything. This is something I think conservatives get really wrong. Some people are actually offended, indeed they are very offended, by passing mockery of, say, ugliness or craziness because they've been taught to be offended by our culture. They actually do suffer from things that needn't hurt them at all, or hurt them in ways that make them, for instance, better respect what women fought for when they were fighting for suffrage and what they sacrificed to make our lives possible. This isn't hard. The limiting principle for stewards of our cultural history should be preservation. The limiting principle for cultural creators should be expression. When that expression fails to uphold human dignity, then capitalists can choose not to profit off them when the art is created. But after the art is already history, because previous generations had different standards, people can choose to profit or not, which is the case with Dr. Seuss, but embarking on a fishing expedition for every word that could offend every possible sensitivity is a task that teaches people to fear things without reason. It whitewashes history, and it needlessly and substantively changes an artist's work without their consent. When we are psychologically and physically weak, we are easier to control. When we applaud elite censorship of art, we give power brokers permission to incrementally reshape history and culture. So no, on its own, this case is not apocalyptic. But it's not nothing either, and you aren't wrong to have a queasy or bad feeling about it.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Sagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.